Hello and welcome to My Finance Teacher. Today is 22nd of April 2018 and I hope all of you guys are having a nice day. Looking at Bitcoin at the moment, and just as we mentioned over the last couple of weeks, Bitcoin has reached this level of 8,800 to 9,000 or so. We're now currently just below 8,900, although according to the arrows that I've put previously on the chart, actually it took Bitcoin slightly longer, just a few more days to reach those levels, which is quite fine. And moving on, I don't think that Bitcoin is going to slice through 92, 9,700 easily at its first attempt at this first rally from 6,000 or so. I think Bitcoin has to pull back down just as it happened near this 50-day moving average. Besides this 50-day moving average, there are a lot of other resistance levels over here. There is a cluster of moving averages as well as this resistance zone, as well as this resistance level formed by this recent peak. So a lot of resistance levels over here, a lot of resistance over here, and Bitcoin should pull back. So I'm going to put an arrow over here, sort of disconnected with my from the previous arrows, pointing that I didn't get the timing right, which I think is not that much of a problem. So I'm going to bring the arrow down, I think all the way to, actually, let's have a look at Fibonacci retracement numbers, say from this recent low to this recent peak. Let's see where the retracement can bring us. A 50% retracement is quite likely. That is near the level of 7,700 or so. And 62% retracement is quite likely as well. That's somewhere near 7,400. So over the next several days, I see Bitcoin retracing back to around 7,500 or so. However, if Bitcoin retraces below 7,000, below this 78, 79% retracement, actually there is not much support level between 7,000 and 6,000 and even lower 5,500. This 6,000 support level has already held a couple of times, and if we reach it again, it might break, because as we hit a support level several times, it's getting relatively weaker every time. So moving on forward, I don't really think Bitcoin is going to break too far down. I think we should expect a pullback somewhere around 7,500. However, if it happens that Bitcoin sort of breaks below 7,000, I think it's going to indicate that a bear market is continuing, and we might see Bitcoin reaching this next support zone close to 5,500. Let's see how it's going to play out over the next several weeks. So I'll place an arrow over here, something like that, and we'll see how my forecast performs over the next couple of weeks. Talking about news, there is a lot of news on Bitcoin coming out every day, but relatively important news over the last week or two, I think, is this Parliament vote, where the EU Parliament calls for closer regulation on cryptocurrencies. And of course, the reason for that is always money laundering and the funding of those radicals somewhere in the unknown parts of the world. Well, it seems that these politicians haven't seen this recent report saying that less than 1% of Bitcoin is actually used for illegal purposes. So if you are a friend of an MP, member of a parliament, share this report with them. While you're at it, you can also share my video with them as well. And thanks for your attention.